Okay, you'll be watching The Prisoner, the 1967 television series shown in Great Britain. The first episode called The Arrival. Now Patrick McGoohan, who's knocking at the door, is going to the home of number 2. Number 2 invited him over for a breakfast. Patrick McGoohan was whisked away from his apartment to this strange place called the Village. And he is curious. How did he end up here? Why did he end up here? Now notice his face is in darkness right now. And there's going to be like a luminescence that'll come upon his face when the door opens where number 2 will be seated. And that is to symbolize the whole idea of the occult system or the mystery religion system based upon knowledge. In ancient times they were called Gnostics, from the Greek word gnosis, know. So they are people who know a lot. And they're trying to dramatize this to show you that even though he's a fine, outstanding agent in the government who resigned, he still doesn't know everything. And he's bewildered. So he's in the dark, but watch when the doors open where number 2 exists. Okay, now the one coming up is called number 2. He's in charge of this place called the Village. And notice that he's seated in something like an eye, or an eye socket, or an eyeball. That's because the Village is a place of total surveillance. Total knowledge. Now once again, they're shining the light on him. You see the spotlight. Because the mystery religions are about knowledge. That you advance in your knowledge of how things are really run in this world. And that's sort of the idea behind the Masons. But the Masons are phonies in the sense they don't tell their adherents the real truth. That the real master is Satan, Lucifer. And they're actually told that, I believe, at the 32nd degree. They stop fooling around, and when they become a 32nd degree Mason, they tell them, your God is Lucifer. But otherwise, they're just a bunch of men that joined a club because it has good benefits. Like, you get the contract somewhere, if you know the right handshake or the right password. Things like that. All right, back to Patrick McGoohan, who is called number 6 in this series, going to talk to number 2 and find out what in the world is going on. Why did he end up here? Notice number 2 is completely in charge with all the gizmos, the electronics, and that's the kind of world we live in, where the electronics are completely in charge now, computers control. Okay, he invited him to breakfast. And he's going to ask him certain questions, like what does he want in this breakfast? 1 egg or 2? Guess what? There's already 2 there. They knew that. This whole session is to prove to Patrick McGoohan, or number 6, that they know almost everything about him. However, the one thing they don't know is why he resigned and what exactly happened. So they're going to try to interrogate him and get it out of him. Notice how number 2 is moved. Okay, now the bicycle that you just saw there is one of the symbols of the village, and the reason it's a symbol is it makes the number 6 and then the number 6. The little wheel and the big wheel. And then when a man sits on it or a woman, made on the 6th day, or in this case, Patrick McGoohan is called number 6. And that would be because he represents all men or all women or all humanity. Being enslaved in a system that knows everything about you and controls everything. Now it's kind of a battle of knowledge. Patrick McGoohan, or number 6, wants to know who they are and who's behind everything that he's uncovered. And of course, number 2 wants to know what Patrick McGoohan knows about a certain incident. So it's kind of a battle of wits and a battle for knowledge. So once again, people who, quote, get out of the hoax-lie system, in a way, you never get out of it. The door slams because they control everything. The only thing you really get out of is the illusion, and then the delusion that the whole dang system creates. Okay? So in a way, we're all like Patrick McGoohan. We're all like number 6. We're trapped. And those of you that watch my videos, you're in the village. I'm in the village. At least we know we're there in the village. But in a way, we're powerless. We can never really escape it. And the ones who tell you that you can't escape it, I truly believe they're controlled opposition. They tell you to claim your name and file these papers, and you won't have to pay taxes. You won't have to put a license plate on your car. And guess what? You just dig a deeper hole and get into financial debt to pay their stupid fines. You'll probably lose your house. There's a guy on YouTube has a lot of good knowledge about the legal system phony. And I believe that what happened to him was he truly believed he didn't have to pay taxes. And guess what? He lost his house. Because the man shows up and says the house is being taken because you didn't pay taxes. Okay, so now they're going to prove to number 6, or Patrick McGoohan, that they've known all about him since birth, childhood, young adulthood, you name it, his job, and now something about the incident. Okay? It had to do with this man by the name of Chambers. Now they want to know, what is it? What happened? Tell us. We want the information. We've known everything about you from day one. But this one thing we need to know. Now the one thing Patrick McGoohan always wants to know later in the other episodes is, who is number 1? See, so they're proving to him that they're kind of like God. They're omniscient and omnipresent. And all-powerful. So Patrick McGoohan adds a little footnote. You don't know my date of birth and the time of my birth, so you might as well have it here. Now, maybe it was meant to be humorous and flew over the heads of everybody. Now see, there's the essence of the hoax-lie system. Just cooperate with it and you'll live a peaceful life in the village. You'll be like the people in the village. They're pretty happy. I mean, they have games to play, and they have concerts to attend, and they can play a game of chess with the admiral and so forth. So if you just cooperate, you'll have a decent life in the village. Now, I'm Patrick McGowan. You're Patrick McGowan. You're number 6. I'm number 6. We all don't know what to do with ourselves. So that's why I make videos like this. I don't know what to do with myself except to talk about it or tell other people. And even at that, I'm not going to change the system. It's still going to be this way till the day I die. So, just cooperate and you'll have a happy life in the village. Well, anyhow, that's our dilemma. Little rewards will be given to you. No, I've resigned. Now, I love this little speech. I won't be pushed, filed, stamped, or indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own. I'm a sovereign. You won't hold me. Oh, won't me? Won't we? Let me prove that to you. Come on, I'll show you. Okay, so now they're going to take them up in the helicopter, and we'll save that for another video. And they're going to show them around the village and give them a bird's eye view of everything and try to prove to them they're still in charge no matter what. And basically, the entire 17 episodes, it is true. They're still in charge no matter what. And that's kind of the summation of the hoax lie system. This series never really caught on. And what I read was it was mostly because people didn't understand it at all. They had no idea what in the blue blazes was going on. But that's why I like it, because nobody understood it. But now, with all the information we got, it's very, very clear to me. It's a microcosm of the macrocosm of the hoax lie system that we all are faced with in life. So let me end just with a good word. When you know Jesus Christ, the stuff of this world doesn't matter. And even like the great hymn of Martin Luther, where he says, "In the mighty fortress is our God, let goods and kindred go, this mortal life also. The body they may kill, but God's truth abideth still." Thank you for watching. End of video.